Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Isaac and you're watching Where Are We Going? Today, I'm back in Las Vegas at Nuvo's because we're receiving our brand new Nuvo Plus today. So this is super exciting, and I'm going to introduce you to Sloan from Nuvo, who will take us through the introduction to the van as he will go through the whole van, all the systems, everything that needs to work properly, and he will show us everything that we need to know as new owners and operators of this beautiful van. So this is a very exciting day for us. So welcome, enjoy the show, and let's start. So I have Sloan with me here today, and he will give us the walkthrough of this beautiful Nuvo Plus. So I'm gonna give the show to him.
What's up guys, Sloan here at Nuvo. Today we are doing a van walkthrough with Laurent and Ange of their new ceramic gray Nuvo Plus lift bed. And essentially we're gonna give a run through of how all the systems work, all the little key components that come with the van, and we'll go from there. All right guys, so it's August here in Vegas. Typically when we do these deliveries, we will turn on the AC because it's like 100+ degrees outside. But right now we just have the chassis AC running. Their new Nuvo has every upgraded component on the refresh model. That includes the custom Nuvo grill with the badging up front. Then there'll be other ones around the side and back. But if we want to swing this way, this is the completely finished product. Upon delivery, we don't actually put the cushions, table, or mattress in until the morning of. The reason that being, we want everything to be clean and fresh as possible. We will swing around the backside and we'll get started with the exterior. Their model came with the rear storage gearbox. You're gonna have MOLLE panels up top, which are super nice if you want to attach any extra baggage or bungee anything. Things are watertight too, so essentially you could store a t-shirt if you wanted to, but a lot of people like to store stuff like dog food or hoses, stuff you don't want to keep actually inside the van. Then we put mounting blocks right here, so these will be those straps, so it's only going to come out at a 90-degree angle in the case that you do have exterior components on it, so if it catches a gust of wind, it's not going to swing and bang against your
nice. Oh.
We'll open this side, which will be a good example of open all the way. So essentially, we'll get started with the stuff back here. People always ask what this is for. This is your fire escape. So just kind of a coating reason that, God forbid this catches on fire, you have an exit through the rear. Right over here are going to be your shore power adapters. This is probably the one that you're going to use the most common. It has a regular plug that goes into an extension cord. This, if we swing this way, this guy, it's a smart plug, comes standard now. Plug that into there. The other adapter will be...
That's the 30 amp for the camping ground.
Exactly, yep. So if you're at a campground.
This one is for the household, the regular 15 amp.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the 15 amp.
Okay.
Okay.
This is probably my garage.
This will charge way faster than that one too. Right. So if you have the plug to plug into this, do it. This thing right here is, we call it the Stinky Slinky, but it's really more of a not so stinky slinky because there's no black water on board. But if we swing this way, this will plug actually into the gray water connect, which will be this little valve right here. So all you'll do is twist this guy to the left. Some stuff might come out. You take this top off, click it back onto there, and then you can deploy that valve. All the gray water will start spewing out. But what's kind of nice about this thing is if you're at like a campground or something, you won't have to worry about this water going wherever. We do in our back lot all the time, just dumping gray water, especially if you're using like biodegradable soap. But this is so you can kind of aim it. So then right here will actually be your new storage compartment that is implemented on all our new deliveries, and it's actually a gray water hose holder. So this has been an extreme popular demand. And then these guys, we already put in your cassette toilet. Every time you empty it, it's essentially just a enzyme solution that deodorizes and sort of waters everything down so it's not as nasty. But those are supplied. And then right here will actually be your outdoor shower hose. It's kind of like a air compressor component where it just pops in to turn the water on, pull that out, and then hot, cold, whatnot. Whatever you prefer, but for dogs, this hose is gonna be really nice. And it's actually the same connect that's in your shower in the vehicle.
All right, so this one here, and then the way you click it. Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
And then
And you could have water in there. It might be pressurized.
I don't think we have the water pump on yet, but if we did turn on the water pump, that would that'd be
and
nice.
then you disconnect. Oh, it's like the shower. There you go.
Yep.
You just lift it a little bit and then pull it out. Yes. Yeah.
Quick connect.
We have 2 dogs and we're gonna wash them outdoors. Perfect.
This guy right here will be your outdoor garden hose. This is how you will fill your fresh tank. So we'll swing this way. It's a super easy setup, but your freshwater fill will be right here. We label it. The reason we actually do that is we had a guy who lent one of these to his son for a surf trip, and he filled this up with gas. So we now always label that. We do put a locking mechanism on that water fill. It'll be the smallest silver key on your keychain. That'll just pop into there. That will come off. It's a gravity fill. You'll do one end into just like a regular garden hose faucet, and then you will tuck that in about maybe 4 inches, and it will be a gravity fill. It's a 30-gallon fresh tank, so it will take a little bit to fill up. And then super easy to put back on. Tuck that guy into there. And then the last little set of goodies that we have back here will be of your blackout window covers. So what's really neat is these gray ones in here, we make custom at Nuvo. They magnetize to the rear windows. So you do get like a full blackout.
So cool, I can do it.
And you have these 2, you have for your passenger and driver's side door windows, and the big one is for your windshield.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
Yeah, and it's also insulated.
This one's pretty neat because it actually goes right over here to where the max air fan is, which essentially could also act like a skylight, but that will just connect up there. You could be like 3 p.m. in the afternoon and you actually can have it completely blacked out. So.
That is so cool.
Excited for all the goodies that they take with their brand new van. That's the beauty of it. That's the whole excitement. You get a brand new home on wheels with all these little components that we don't even think about as RVers, but it's so important for those that just jump on the RV life or van life and they see these things for the first time, like Christmas. They get so excited, but it's wonderful. And thank you, Nuvo, for doing all that stuff for us.
That's pretty much everything that comes with the van for the exterior components. Back here, you'll have a 110 outlet and then your lighting, which will illuminate this at nighttime, which is kind of nice. But what's really cool is on the undercarriage of the lift bed, you will have the soft closing storage components. And those are like 19.5 by 7.5, so it's actually pretty decent space, but just additional storage. And then as you can see, it's all soft close, so nothing's gonna slam. So the bug screen, we went through a few different iterations of this. This is by far the most durable one. It's made in the USA. You can drop these down to kind of custom wherever you want the bug screen to end at. So if you want it here or down here or just all the way, you can zip the sides. The middle is magnetized, so they always kind of stick together too.
Oh, nice.
What's also pretty neat about the new refresh models, the black badging, I personally think looks super sick on the ceramic gray color. You guys actually got my favorite personal colorway if I were to do one myself. But what's also really neat is we now do the custom smoked out tints on these exterior rectangular long windows. And the reason for that being is aftermarket, they're acrylic storm windows. It's like 4 to 5 times more expensive to tint them later on. So it's kind of nice that this comes standard now. We'll swing inside and kind of get shown how the interior components work. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to turn on what's called our 12-volt breaker. Essentially what that is, that's going to give DC power to all the lights. So right now, if you were to click any of the area lighting, for example, that silver button right there, nothing will turn on. So I'm going to show you how to turn those components on. So right under here on the passenger side in the rear lounge, you'll have a panel towards the rear end. You'll lift that up. Right in here, there's going to be a yellow switch. All you'll do, push that down. As you can see, the lights turned on. You'll hear a little bit of a beeping noise. Then what you'll do next, you'll lift up this panel. And upon delivery, you'll make sure that this master switch right there is going to be turned to the green part. Only reason you're ever going to want to really turn to red is if you're storing this for a week or more, whatnot at a time. Back over here is going to be your 3000 watt inverter. I believe that's like the largest one pretty much on the market available. Your battery is actually going to be right here. This is going to be the 660 amp hour Lithionics battery. What's really neat about it is it has a self-heating component. So if you're storing this even in like sub 32 degree weather, it has a mechanism in it to self-heat itself because lithium's worst enemy is the cold. Then right here, this little white breaker with the orange switch, have that on, honestly, like 9900% of the time. That's your solar breaker. So especially being in Vegas, you're gonna get a ton of free power on these new ones as well. Our one of our owners and shop manager, Antoine, we're trying to use every little specific space as possible, but you will have kind of a secret space behind these storage benches, which is kind of cool. And then it's all marine fixture closings. So if you're, say, taking a tight turn or going off road a little bit and it's bumpy, nothing's going to fly open because you have that push button mechanism. So what we'll do now is this will be the display panel for controlling your battery, seeing your usage. We'll be able to access how much like solar wattage you're drawing in real time. So right now, as you can see, the battery's at 73%. The chassis is idling, so it actually is charging. A few minutes ago, it was at 68%. But to operate that drop-down table, and if you want to turn on, say, your induction stovetop, the microwave, Starlink, air conditioning, any of the units, we'll click right up here where it says off and inverter/charger. And then up top where it says mode, we'll click on that guy and we'll turn it to on. And then once it's in on, we'll hit set. And then you will hear those beeping mechanisms. Right here, you'll see the induction stovetop is blinking red. That means it's ready to go. This won't actually ever get hot unless you put a specific burner that works for these. So you don't have to worry about burning yourself. And then microwave, you can see the time went on, so we know there's power going to that. And then if you have Starlink, for example, that will turn on the router. The new lowering component for the table. So if you want to go ahead and just press that down arrow, that table will begin to drop. It'll actually go below being flush with the bench seat, so you can kind of eye it to wherever you like it to be.
We want to go right underneath the cushions.
Perfect. So then you just deploy the side panels of that table. And then if you want to turn that area into a little bit wider than an RV Queen, you would just deploy the cushions over the middle of the table. What you'll notice as well, when you first take delivery, these cushions come super stiff. We make them in-house. So as you can see, when she's putting them on there, one may pop up. Those will settle over the course of about a week, just as the cushions get broken in. Perfect. And the weight capacity on that table for how thin of it is pretty impressive. It's 800 pounds.
800 pounds. Oh, so I can sleep on that.
I think you guys will be fine. Then if you want to test how that TV works too, there's going to be a little, do you see the pull down tab in the middle?
This one?
Yeah, so if you pull that down, yep, it'll deploy the television. And then if you just grab with both hands, you can kind of adjust it towards the middle.
You already released it. That's just for the initial
Oh, okay.
release.
The initial, and then you can bring it out, pull it out.
it's going to be on the backsplash by the sink, the controller. So all you'll do is make sure this key right here is turned into the horizontal position, which will mean it's unlocked, and then it's just a matter of pressing the buttons up and down. So right now we have the lift bed up all the way. Currently, we'll press the down button, and there it goes. We'll drop it to about there for now because you're going to have the cushions underneath that you don't want to smash. But this bed does drop all the way down to be flush inside of the rear lounge area, which is pretty neat. So you'll still have the ladder to get up on there, and then it'll hook into those latches. But that stool right over there that slides out is going to be a little bit friendlier to your feet in the middle of the night for getting up and down.
Yesterday.
The whole thing goes.
Oh, sorry.
And that right there will actually be your water pump. So you'll have this guy on if you want access to water from the sink faucet, the drinking water, shower, or outdoor shower. What's pretty neat though about the sink is it's very deep for an RV sink, but we'll just do a little test run of how the water works. As you can see, it drains very efficiently. All that's just going into what's called the gray tank. You can adjust hot, cold. What's also cool is this. I won't do it all the way because it's dripping, but this will extend all the way out to the exterior table. So if you have like a pot or something.
Or if you just came in from the beach and your feet are sandy before you're stepping in, you could just like wash your feet off and...
Exactly. So prior we used to use a UV water filter. Honestly, there was no problems with that at all. It purifies the water. What's really neat about this new one, if we take a peek here under the sink, where those blue cylinders are, that's actually a hospital grade water filter. So it's literally the cleanest drinking water you can possibly get in these tanks. So,
very cool.
And that's all just being fed from your fresh tank. So if you're just at an RV park, your home, anywhere with hose water that you maybe don't feel comfy drinking, you have on-demand fresh water.
You don't need to bring bottles of water.
If you want to open that guy, that'll actually be your hanging closet. So if you want to hang, say, a suit, a jacket, anything, you have that option. I've also seen customers do their own kind of custom iterations of putting different shelving components in there if you're not like a big jacket person. One of the most common things to kind of takes a while to get a hold of is how these seats swivel. So this little lever right here on the interior side to the vehicle, you'll lift that up and you will turn the seat like that until it clicks into place.
All right.
Then there's a handle under here. You'll lift up on that and scoot it back. That's about as far as it'll go back. Over here, you'll have a drop-down desk. This will be the leveling piece of wood for it. We use what's called internal magnets, so sometimes this can be a little bit tough to pull off. And then you kind of have your keyboard typing area. And what's also kind of cool, there's a LED light strip over here. So that button will be just over here to where you have an additional 110 outlet as well. But it's kind of nice for area lighting if you want more of a vibey ambiance in the rear at nighttime, but want a little bit of ambient lighting. You can kick one of these front ones on. Yeah, so...
You can reach out.
Then as part of the refresh too, you have the 3-inch toe kick down here, and then the recessed storage bins, which are neat as well because you'll have area lighting in those. But the point of the toe kick is if you're parked on like a slanted hill or something, that bottom drawer, if you have it packed heavy, which is going to be a pretty massive storage spot with pans and whatnot, it can kind of tend to lean. You won't have to worry about that with dragging on the floor at all with the toe kick. So in your top drawer, when you take delivery, you'll have all the manuals. This is actually going to be the remote to your TV. This will be the remote to your AC unit. It says Truma. And then over here will be the remote to your max air fan. If you want to mount that anywhere, you also have that option. More often than not, you're just going to be able to do the max air fan manually. So under there where it says on off, click that on. That will get the fan spinning, and then the top part will open.
Oh, cool.
This is really nice, especially in Vegas where it gets really hot. You can pull the hot air out while you kick on the AC, so it'll cool down a lot faster. Where it says in out right there, you can reverse it. So it'll slow itself down and then reverse in the other direction. So then it's gonna actually start pulling hot air in. So we'll kick that off right after.
For the winter.
So right here is going to be your Victron display system and then your Rixon display system. Starting with this bottom one, it's kind of like a thermostat in your house, but to change the temperature, you'll click on the temperature. Right here, we have it set to 99 degrees, but you can adjust it to wherever. An important thing is where it says fan enabled at 50%, you can adjust what's called the fan speed. So to whatever your liking might be. Right behind you over there in the back rear side where the driver side is, those two vents, that'll be where your heat's gonna be blowing from.
Oh, so this is the heat right now that you're doing?
Exactly,
okay.
Yep. So you can kind of set it to whatever ambient temperature you like, but say it's wintertime, you want it 72 degrees in here. If you set that to 72, it will automatically kick on and off depending on if it achieves that temperature. This is what's going to be really component, especially if you want to take a shower. So say it's 90 degrees outside and you want to take a warm shower, but don't want the heat obviously pumping through your chassis. You'll click on furnace. Then the reason we click on furnace is your Rixon system's actually hydronic. So it's has a ability to pull off the fuel tank or the lithium battery. 99% of the time, you're going to want to run it off the furnace for efficiency purposes, because that Rixon system, 1 gallon of gas is going to get you 22 to 24 hours of on-demand heat and hot water. If you're ever in a, say, apocalypse crisis and you have no gas left in the vehicle, you have the option to run it off electrical. But it's just going to be pointless when it's going to be barely much more of a draw off the actual fuel tank. And then you'll just click on hot water right there. That'll illuminate orange. Down here will be your fluid temperature. Just turn blue. You take a couple minutes and that will turn orange as well. That means you have the on-demand instant hot water. So if you want to take a hot shower, hot outdoor shower, or sink with warm water, I'll just kick it on that way.
It is hot.
So the Rixon, that's just the name brand, right?
Name brand of the heating system.
The heating system.
Yeah,
okay.
They make them up in Oregon, and it's honestly like an insanely top of line product.
Okay,
Like
cool.
this. Yeah. So to kick that back off, we'll just hit the hot water and then furnace into off, and then all those components will turn off. And what's kind of cool too is it has a humidity reader. So humidity is only at like 21% right now, but that'll definitely go up. Say you don't de-steam your shower or anything. So it's kind of cool to know.
Right.
Whenever you want hot water, you'll turn on furnace and then that hot water button. But what you'll want to do, say if it's 90 degrees outside, you'll click that back on. You'll hit that temperature where it says fan enabled. Kick that off, because then you won't have the hot air pumping through. It'll just be the hot water. Right here, the awning is probably the most self-explanatory part. Literally to put it out, you'll press that button to make it stop. It goes out 7 feet, but if you want it, say, deploy like 3 or 4 feet, just hit the stop button.
And it's continuous. Once you hit out, it keeps going.
Yeah.
It's not like a press and release, which I'm used to.
No, that's a great question. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. So you'll have to hit stop.
It'll keep going until you hit stop.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
To drop back in, it's just going to be that in button. One of the cool components is going to be that LED light. It's kind of like a party light strip on the end of it. To turn the light off and on, it's just the on and off button. And then if you want to turn the light off and retract the awning, you'll just hit close/off. If we were to do the awning right now, it actually wouldn't deploy. The reason for that being is the engine is on in the chassis, so it's a safety component, so you can't drive off.
This is also a weather sensor, right? Like,
Yeah.
Oh.
if
Which
the
is-
wind picks up, it will automatically retract itself.
Oh.
Exactly.
I didn't know that.
Oh, wow. I
Very
didn't know
nice.
that.
Yeah, fully automatic. There's no manual setup, but that's a great point because there's wind sensors in the undercarriage. So if you're by a body of water, lake, wind picks up super quickly, it won't damage it. It'll automatically retract.
Awesome.
Right now will be an example up here of where it says solar yield. Right now we're only drawing like 13 to 15 watts of solar. That being we're completely in the shade. If we moved like 10 feet that way, we'd probably about like 320 watts. But solar is going to be one of your best friends when charging these. Right here, this button, call this like your 32 degree or below button, but you press that on. What that does, your only exterior water source will be the gray tank underneath kind of where we're standing like right now. What we do, we wrap it in heating pads, and now recently we put a heating rod in there. So say you're in Colorado, it's negative 10 degrees and you're on a ski trip and you want to camp for the night. All you'll do is literally press that button to where it illuminates orange. You don't have to worry about any of the
frozen.
Yeah, no pipes freezing, no water damage, anything like that.
Can we drive with that on? If we're like going through the mountain ride and it's really cold, so we don't want...
100%. Definitely kick that on. So you can absolutely drive with that thing on.
Is the undercarriage fully sealed for rodents, pests? There's no like little tiny crevices or cracks or anything with them. So that's fully.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a plus.
Yeah, especially if you're out off grid, like in the woods.
Right, yeah.
100%. Some field mice, no. One more thing on here too. If you tap this with 2 fingers, it will slide that way. That is your fresh water tank capacity. So it's going to be a 30-gallon fresh tank where it says 94%. That's how full it is. And then your gray tank will actually be 40 gallons, so it's going to be more, but sort of rule of thumb to be safe. Say it's at 94%, just consider your gray tank 6% full.
How much is the whole van when it's full, like the water tank is full?
So the total weight on the Plus with the lift bed, consider the gas tank full. It's considered wet, which is the fresh tank water is full. That's going to be almost exactly 8,200 pounds. And then your payload capacity, which is about the amount of weight you can put in, including bodies, is going to be about 1,160.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have to put the fire extinguisher as part of code. Has to be right there. And then these guys come standard just from Ram under the passenger seat. They're just tools and jacks. When you take delivery too, this second drawer down will have the same as the rear, that shower component. So all you'll do is pull that guy out. This end right here, you'll just pop into right there. And then this guy, you'll just feed through there. This is our new bathroom iteration. So the shower has a 7-foot interior. I'm about 6'2" for reference, and I fit in here, honestly, kind of like a normal shower, which is impressive for a Class B. Also, the shower also will just be a 3-piece component. So as you can see, there's only 2 seams of caulking in the entire thing. It'll be below and up here. So virtually impossible for this thing to leak. Right over here, out of most popular demand, we have the waterproof toilet paper holder. So you don't have to store your toilet paper. For the cassette toilet, we use this company called Thetford. It's honestly pretty much as top of line as it goes in that field. But what's nice to know is the toilet seat does swivel. Right now, it's closed, so it's back. If you pull that forward, that will then open up. So if you're going to use it, just make sure that's open. And then that blue button on the side, that will be your flush. So it actually has like a swirl that cleans it. You will have your, called a de-steamer, but also light. So right here, just click on that guy. You have the light in here, and then you'll press that up. There we go. Okay, cool. Push it up, and that will de-steam. Then there's also going to be 2 towel hooks in the new shower models, which is kind of nice. And your recessed storage, and then if you want to store shampoo or something up on that little shelf. But so one thing to kind of note too is for the shower when you're driving, if you want to demonstrate how to open that, you'll close it there. If you hit a big bump or something, that could go flying. So just drive with it open. So you'll just push in and kind of walk it back.
So you're saying that while driving, keep it open?
100%. So on the exterior of the vehicle, on the driver's side, you'll have your cassette opening. We put a locking component on there. It'd be a really weird thing to steal, but you have the option to lock that. So the way this opens is you'll put both thumbs into those buttons. That will drop down. Then if you want to check out under here where the blue lever is, I'll let you do it. You'll just lift up and pull out on there. And then you have the option to kind of like an airplane carry-on.
Yeah, that's my rollerboard HVAC.
So when you go to empty it, you'll just pull that part towards you.
This one?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep, there you go. Then you'll twist that blue cap off and then aim it towards the toilet.
No one peed here, right?
No.
You need to press that button, the blue
Which
button.
one? The blue? All right.
Press hold and then dump so it can breathe.
The key for the cassette is going to be the one with the black cap. So you just put into there, turn it vertically.
Okay.
Now it's locked.
Look at that.
Sweet. So to get your air conditioning working, you'll go to the main control panel where it says inverting. We actually already have the component on, but we'll walk through to show you actually how it works. So I grab my finger. The top part where it says mode, just make sure that's set to on. So we won't mess with it now. But what you will do next is your unit is going to be a Truma Aventa. That's going to be that remote right there. That middle blue button, that's your power. This is a super important part, is this black sphere right here. Just make sure you point that there for about 3 seconds. And once it kicks on, these vents will blow both ways. This track right here, you can adjust to where air is only going out of one side. So say you want the air conditioning over here, but your bed's up, have it pointed this way because then you'll get the most cold air. That will have a under the black sphere. It will have a blinking green right before it clicks on. Yeah, so it won't be green anymore, but it will flash like 3 times green, and then you'll know it's about to go on. So since they opted into the Roam Starlink option, we're gonna do a walkthrough of where each component's at. So right up here, you'll actually see the Starlink dish. It's mounted to the rear of the vehicle. It's put at a slight angle. What's really nice about this is anytime you have access to the sky, you have insanely strong internet. It's going to be honestly better than your phone even right now. Yeah, exactly. Cool. So if you're in the middle of nowhere, you'll have full access to computer, your smart TV, cell phone hookup, whole 9 yards, and it's literally a matter of turning on your Wi-Fi on your phone and connecting. So right here behind this panel, you won't actually have to take that off, but that's the ventilation for that router to get air to it. So to access it, you'll lift up this very massive storage area, which is going to be above the cabin. This stool is going to be your best friend because it's kind of hard to actually see what's fully back here. You won't have to reset it on the router. You can reset it through the phone, actually.
It's really, really in the back.
And then if you did need to reset anything with Starlink, this breaker box right here will drop down. And then if you swing it right there, it'll say Starlink labeled.
Oh, yeah.
So you can always just reset it that way.
All right, Sloan, thank you so much for this
Sweet.
brief walkthrough.
Yes.
You've been amazing. The
Appreciate
Nuvo is
it.
amazing. Like the experience is amazing. Is there anything else you want to add?
Just know that we do deliveries in person if you want to come out to the headquarters here in Vegas. If not, we can always do shipping and do a FaceTime walkthrough. And then on YouTube, on Nuvo's channel, there are about 15 how-to videos on everything we kind of went over. So.
And just like that, we finished the walkthrough with Sloan from Nuvo, and we got our brand new Nuvo Plus, and we'll be hitting the road right now. And we just have to load it up with all the goodies that this home on wheels needs, and adventures await. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so let's go and achieve that goal. And not to mention, Hershey RV Show is upon us. September 10th through the 14th in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It's the biggest RV show in the United States. I'll be there. Make sure you subscribe and stay tuned because I'll be doing a lot of live videos from the actual show. And not to mention, I'll be on a meet and greet on September 11th at 2 p.m. between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. So be there. I'm excited to meet you and it'll be awesome. So until the next time, see you on the road.